What's good, everybody? It is Friday, November 25th, or as many of you know, it is Black Friday. Are you kidding me? Feel it. This is one of the busiest sports days of the entire year, and that's why we are here. This is The Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. I am the coach, and we are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not close. Literally every sport is playing today. PFL World Championships, MMA, me and Ian Parker tonight. We've got the World Cup already today. Senegal taking care of business. Iran taking care of business. 2 more games still to come. Let's take a look at what we did yesterday. Not a bad day at the brand. Some were hot, some were not. Cristiano Ronaldo, but how about AB 5-2? Speculator, he's starting to flex his muscles a little bit on Early Edge and 5. And, of course, your boy, not shown here. I hit my parlay, the only one to hit the fun parlay on the show yesterday, plus 245, even with a push. I'll take it. But that was yesterday. This is today, and it's Black Friday, which means we've got a busy, busy day. And also, we want you wearing our gear. So take that QR code. We'll leave it up there for a few seconds. 25% off. And then we want you to send pictures in on social media because in 2023, we have a little bit of an idea of how we can make things more fun for you at home. Those of you who support the brand in that way. Also later today, don't forget, it's our props extravaganza at 4 p.m. Eastern time. AB filling in for me. I've got the PFL. The crew is everywhere today. And also right here on Big Pick Energy Friday. Now, you know, when one crew member is out, the other picks him up. And look who steps in for my man Chip today. Our 5-tool player live from Nashville, Tennessee. 8 floors below. AB, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Emery, Buckets, everybody in the Early Edge crew. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And, hopefully you're off work today and enjoying the football, basketball, you name it, every sport. It's been an awesome weekend.
You're damn right. I had somebody text me yesterday, oh, sorry you had to work today. Are you kidding me right now? When you get into sports, these are the days that you want to work. That means you've arrived. And Emery Hunt, the Zaw, has arrived once again. Emery, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, everything to you. Good morning.
Same to you guys. Good morning to everyone here on the call. Looking forward to it because we got football today, tomorrow, Sunday, all throughout the week. So Big Pick Friday is definitely going to get off to a great start.
You're damn right. Now, the last man, and we told you, before the World Cup started, we'd have a pick on every single game. We told you we'd have a preview of all of the groups. We told you we would dominate the coverage. And that's exactly what the guru, our silent assassin, Brand Sutton, and my man Buckets has been doing. Buckets, good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It is great to be here. You might notice that I'm wearing black today. That is because I am actually in mourning because I've been preaching my Wales to fall or qualified ticket for the past 2 weeks over the U.S., and I watched them get destroyed by Iran today. They're most likely done, so I'm working through that still.
Hey, context. They weren't destroyed. The first goal was not scored till the, 98th minute?
Oh, that extra time is brutal.
And the total was 2, so those who bet the under, another goal in the 101st minute to push. Brutal. But that's why we're here. That's why we love it. So if you don't mind, Buckets, let's get started. We got a lot to get to. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And this is the game everybody's been waiting for. Today, 2 p.m. Eastern, right here in the States. All eyes are on England and the United States. Buckets, start us off.
It's the game that everyone has been waiting for, but because of the Iran versus Wales result, it changes how this game is going to be played. Originally, the U.S. had to try to get points off of England here. They had to play for a draw. They had to play for a miracle upset. They had to find something. With Wales now losing, it opens up a new path of qualification for the United States. This sounds dumb to say, but they honestly don't care as much about this England game anymore because if England beats the U.S. and beats Wales, the U.S. still qualifies by beating Iran in that final game. So the focus shifts heavily from how do we beat England to how do we beat this weaker opponent in Iran to find qualification. It just shows how crazy this competition is and how a single game can not only affect that team individually, but the group as a whole here moving forward.
Real quick, have you been surprised at how popular the World Cup has been this week? Surprised?
I've been extremely surprised, but it's been a great surprise to see. I've had friends and family reach out to me that have never watched a game of soccer in their life, calling me excited, saying, did you see Saudi Arabia? Did you see Japan? Like just freaking out. And it's been wonderful. It's been awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, you and all your crew there in our soccer department are killing it. So thank you very much. Hang tight. I know you got to play on that England game today coming up. By the way, my man Steve in the chat says, if you find a job you love, you hear it all the time, but it's true. Where is it? You'll never work a day in your life. I tell my mother that all the time. She's like, how do you make money doing this? I said, Mom, just relax. Drive that car. Drive that car. By the way, Mama Coach in the house, Papa Coach in the house. All week, it's been glorious. But, AB, I told him, I said, when we get to the weekend, I've got Tulane and Cincinnati. I got Michigan, Ohio State. I can't focus on Thanksgiving anymore. Talk to me.
Yep, absolutely. And shout out Crystal in the chat. Hello, Crystal. Good to see you in there. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, definitely. We love that. Love to see her always. So, yeah, you're right. So, first off today, all right, we have Tulane at Cincinnati. It's going to be a heck of a game. But since we were closed at Chick-fil-A yesterday to celebrate the holiday, everyone was back at work early this morning, and I have some nuggets for you on this game. First, you look at Cincinnati. They, in their last 50 games as the betting favorite, they are 50-0 straight up. That's right. They've won 50 straight games as the betting favorite. Look on the other side. Tulane, against AP-ranked opponents, they have lost 61 straight. 61. The last time that they won over an AP-ranked opponent was 1984 against 19th ranked Vanderbilt. That's correct. That is two crazy stats in that game. And then Michigan, Ohio State. Two more on that one. Ohio State, nobody talks about this. Ohio State is the only FBS team in the country that has won every single game this year by 10 or more points. That's correct. Every single one of them. And you look at Michigan, they've scored first in every single game this season. So there you go.
Those are crazy Chick-fil-A nuggets on a Saturday. My man in the chat says, so is the coach sleeping on the couch? Actually, yes. Yes, I am. We've got a full house. We have friends here. Yes, I'm sleeping on the couch with my son. We have one of those big, big couches. And also, somebody said, how about a little mom and pop parlay? Quite the thought. Quite the thought. Maybe on Sunday we'll do that. Because Mama Coach knows nothing, so she'll probably win everything. So let's do a little mom and pop parlay on Sunday. I got you. Now, let's get into our board for the day. And by the way, if you're not a SportsLine member yet, we have no plays from SportsLine today because we have so many picks for my guys. But if you're not, there has never been a better time. 30 days for free. Use the promo code early, and then after that, you're playing with house money. You'll love being a part of our community because we're not judging you. We're not talking down to you. We're embracing you. That's what we do here at the Early Edge. So, Emery Hunt, when I look down at my notes, I love Big Pick Energy Friday because I know that you're going to bring me something on Friday and you're going to bring me something on Saturday. Let's focus on today first. You're up, sir.
First of all, great shout out to my guy Pooh Bear in the chat. Word to Christmas addicts. I love it. And so we're going to look at this game here. Eastern Michigan against the I want to say they're playing Western Michigan. I forgot who they're playing, but I love Eastern Michigan in this spot. The reason why they can score the ball, I feel like 7.5 point underdogs in this game. You've seen this line now move toward a pick 'em. Earlier in the week, it was 7.5. Now it's, pick 'em 8. I was on Eastern Michigan earlier in the week. Love what they do. Expect a heavy dose of Samson Evans, the running back. They're not afraid to run the football. Tulane. Defense and run game. Tajay Sharp is someone that's he got a Senior Bowl invite. He's a tremendous tailback. Reminds me a lot of a smaller version of Breece Hall. Runs fluid, has explosiveness. He's going to be a difference maker today. And I can trust Pratt more so than I can trust Cincinnati's quarterback. And lastly, Toledo, they have the offense. They have the ability. Daquan Finn, while not the quite polished passer that you want, his ability in the run game opens things up for those deep shots down the field. But because he's a true dual threat, it opens up their offense. And I think they're going to run away with this one, lead the 7.5 points with the Rockets.
I love all three of those. By the way, Eastern Michigan, thank you to Corenzo. They are playing Central Michigan today.
Even better.
There you go.
Take Eastern Michigan.
They have something to play for, too. As Emery said, they can tie for the MAC title. They're not going to the MAC title game, but they can do it. They haven't done that in 30 years. Central Michigan, nothing to play for. Emery, hang tight. We got 3 more coming from you. But after that incredible storylines that now you're looking at this England-United States game a little bit differently. That's why you can't just look at the recap screen because now everything changes. Buckets, you're up.
Everything did change, and unfortunately, that's going to make me the traitor once again. I'm going to do what I've done every time so far this World Cup, and I'm going to fade the United States of America. My pick for this game is going to be England versus the U.S. England money line and over 1.5 goals in this game at -125. Because as we talked about, the USA doesn't need to win here anymore. They're probably actually going to rest players in this matchup to prepare to take on the Iran game that means infinitely more in terms of qualification. England, on the other hand, scored 6 times against Iran with 5 different goal scorers, and their number 1 goal scorer did not contribute to that goal count in Harry Kane, so you know he's going to be starting and itching to get back on the goal sheet. This game could get very ugly, and I'm sorry to everyone watching here because I know that I'm supposed to be representing my team, but I care more about cashing tickets today than I do supporting the USA, so just sticking with that one pick back in England. Oh, no.
I told you once, but now, twice. Very, very thin ice. Unless, of course, we meet each other at the pay window, then all is forgotten. You know how we do it, Buckets. You know how we do it. All right. So we got England. We got the over. I like it. Now, AB. Somebody in the chat said they're not getting their chocolate chip combo today, which they love every single Friday. But you are more than a worthy. I don't even want to call you a fill-in because the crew is the crew, but you understand Chip is a megastar. So you had 5-2 yesterday, but you got to bring it strong again today too.
Oh, there we go. I was trying to do my chip right there. I was working on it. And shout out to Buckets really quick because it's absolutely worked well fading the United States and really anything. A lot of countries have done well with that one. You saw that, what was it? They were about plus 1,000, I think, in the Revolutionary War. Did pretty good. Underdogs took care of business in that one. All right, look, we've got 3 plays here, college football. All right, 2 of the games are today. 1 is Saturday. First off, we've got Florida State. We're going to take Florida State's second half team total over 16.5. All right, so we're getting it under that key number of 17. And understand this. There is no team on the planet that would love and cherish the opportunity to hammer the Florida Gators, and that is Florida State. They don't get the opportunity very much. They haven't had it because Florida's pretty much had their number. That being said, Florida State, it could be, kind of a neutral game script at halftime. Florida State could be up. It doesn't matter. Florida State is going to run the score up if they get the opportunity. That's why we're going to take second half team total over 16.5. Just need 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Florida State will handle their business. Second, we already spoke about it. Tulane, Cincinnati today. And Emery broke it down. These are 2 really good teams, both offensively and defensively. That being said, I trust both of their offenses today. We're going to take the over 44.5. I think it's going to be a back and forth. It's almost going to look like a heavyweight fight. These are 2 really, really good football teams that don't get enough credit for how good that they have been all season long. So we're going to take that over 44.5, like them there. Lastly, Saturday, Tennessee, minus 13.5 against Vanderbilt. Notice I didn't say at Vanderbilt. I said against Vanderbilt because that game's in Nashville. It will be a home game for Tennessee. There will be 90% of the fans that are there that will be in orange. Tennessee will bounce back. Joe Milton, their backup quarterback, has played before. He understands his role, understands what the deal is. Take him 13.5, get it under 14.
Brock in the chat says, it's a good day when we have AB teaching history lessons.
Yeah, I'd be frightened about that, but yeah, there you go.
You didn't even show up in your history class in high school. We know
I didn't show up for many of them.
Somebody else says, I need Emery in his black hoodie. That's when I know he means business. Hey, he means business in the black hoodie or in this very nice white and blue shirt he's wearing today. It doesn't matter.
This is because I got to hop on HQ right after this, so I got to keep it a little bit professional. So
we're always multitasking, All right, let's move to Saturday. Emery, what do you got?
Oh, this is my honey hole right here, guys, because it's FCS playoff Saturday, but we're going to start with the Bayou Classic. No matter what the records are, what the stats say, it never goes how you expect it to go. Grambling should get thumped in this ball game by Southern. My former coach is the head coach at Southern, and Eric Dooley. But the Bayou Classic is a wild game. It goes back and forth. So that's why I'm staying away from the points. The spread. I'm going with the total. over 51.5 points. I think Hugh Jackson finally has his offense clicking on all cylinders. I like the fact that Southern can score the ball, but this game is going to get wild. Southern should win and move on to the SWAC title game, but this game is going to go over 51.5 points. Now on to the FCS playoffs. Fordham. You guys been riding with Fordham all year long. They're in a pick'em game against New Hampshire. Here's the funny part. We've seen New Hampshire get blown out by North Carolina Central, who will represent the MEAC in the Celebration Bowl later on in December. But we've also seen them win some big games. The problem is, I don't know if they have the offense to keep up with Fordham. We know Fordham has enough offense and an assortment of bullets in their arsenal as well. This is a pick'em game. Ride with the team that has brought you a lot of money all season long in Fordham. So take Fordham. And I know the total is 75.5. You know how I feel about Fordham. Fordham has no defense, so New Hampshire will be able to score. But I like Fordham to win. Stay away from that total, though. 75 scares me a little bit. Eastern Kentucky takes on Gardner-Webb. Eastern Kentucky has a great quarterback in Parker McKinney, outstanding player. This is going to be a very physical matchup, but I do like Eastern Kentucky. Lay those points with those guys. And St. Francis +9. Chris Valario, the former Chicago Bears offensive lineman, is the head coach there. He's done a great job out there in Loretto, Pennsylvania. Their offense is excellent. Delaware barely got in because of the name brand team that they are. They can't score. They've had struggles on offense. This is going to be the upset of the weekend. Take St. Francis +9 over Delaware.
Are you kidding me? 4 FCS picks on a Saturday on rivalry weekend? That's what we are here for. By the way, Emery, true story, playing Taboo 2 nights ago. My children, who I thought watch this show all the time. The clue was Bayou. And I said, where Emery Hunt's from? Stoic. Nothing. They had nothing. They didn't even know what the Bayou was. I said, oh, man, I've got some work to do as a father, don't I? Some work to do.
How are we going to beat England if we can't even understand in our country the Bayous? How are we supposed to win internationally?
That's what I'm saying. By the way, real quick question from the chat for Buckets from Sean. He says, do you have a third leg in that England game? DraftKings has a boost, but we need 3 legs, perhaps over 5.5 corners.
I think over 5.5 corners is a pretty safe thing to put on that. England will be attacking. They're going to have plenty of shots here. You might see England cover that alone. I think that's a fair thing to put in that.
All right, very good. There you go, Sean. That one's just for you. Somebody asked for a shout out. Can't remember the name, but that shout out is for you. Just too many people watching right now. All right, we have come to that time of the show. It's coveted, it's respected, and it is not overlooked. The Maestro spot. Naby, I know you already gave us some Saturday or some college picks. I would love some early beat the line NFL picks if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Maestro, this one is for you. All right, first off, we are going to play. Tried to do a dramatic pause for Maestro. All right, we're going to go Titans first up. Team total over 20.5. All right, look, we only get to bring this statistic out twice a year. All right, but it's now back in play. Mike Vrabel with the Titans on extended rest in the regular season, which, remember, they played Thursday night against Green Bay. 9-0 straight up, 9-0 against the spread, handles their business. But you know what? We don't have to fade Joe Burrow. We're just going to play that the Titans offense scores 3 touchdowns. I think this game coasts to the over of 43.5 if you'd like to play it there. But we're going to take the Titans over 20.5, 3 touchdowns. That's all we need. They're going to get the job done. Next, we're going to go with the Broncos. Team total over 18.5. I know that sounds crazy, but they're playing against the Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold hasn't started a game since, 2021? I do not know what the Panthers' offensive plan is going to be, but they're not going to run the football. The Denver Broncos defense is super legit. They're going to force Sam Darnold to put it in the air, which means he'll probably throw about 8 interceptions in that game. But in what I get to is that the Denver Broncos defense, we're actually betting on them with this bet. They're going to leave the offense in short fields, give them more opportunities to put up points. All we need to do is get above 18.5. We're going to play that there. Lastly, the Washington Commanders. Team total touchdowns over 2.5 at +105. They're at home against the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are toast. It's done. They're banged up everywhere. Their defense is banged up. They can't stop the pass to begin with. Marcus Mariota, the offense, all they have is a run game, and they're not going to have that one in this. All we need are 3 touchdowns. Taylor Heinicke and the Commanders' offense is feeling it, playing well, running the football, throwing the football. All we need are 3 touchdowns. We'll get there.
I love that sportsbooks allow you to make this bet, and you don't have to go to the quarterback all the time for over 2.5 touchdowns. Such a smart way to do it, because then rushing touchdowns count also. AB, thank you very much. Another chat question for my man Buckets. Do you like the Netherlands on the money line from Mitchell?
I do not. I might stay off of this game entirely here. I do know that our Silent Assassin does have a play that I do like on the site, but these are two teams. Netherlands has kept 3 clean sheets in a row, and Ecuador has kept 7 clean sheets in a row. So these are two very defensive teams. I'd be scared to put money on goals in this one.
Yeah, Brant Sutton has the under at SportsLine is the play that he is on as well, just for the reasons that Buckets just said right there. We can throw anything at my cappers, and they have it. That's what it's all about. It's called preparation. It starts coming to the table, knowing what you're talking about, everybody. And my entire – oh, Emery, what do you got, big boy?
Well, again, it's a shame that we have to do this every show, but I got to read the rules for these FCS bets for people that may be new to the show. So let me just read off. First – these FCS bets will probably be active on your sports book at about 11 to 11:15 Eastern time. So check then. Don't hit me up and don't ask where do you get these bets? I'm telling you where to get these bets. And also, yes, if Fordham is becoming an underdog or plus whatever, or +1, +3, whatever the case may be, trust in Perntz, Fotis Kokosoulis, Tim DeMorat, the Queese Carter, trust that they're going to put the ball in the end zone. I don't care if they're 3-point underdogs, 3-point favorites. Fordham will score. So those are my housekeeping items.
There you go. I like the housekeeping. Also, most books don't have FCS in the same area as the FBS. So don't tweet at Emery about that either. Just look. I say it all the time. We can lead you to the water, but we can't help you drink. All right, grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of Jake the Snake on the 1s and the 2s, and that is a full show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with Emery. Friday, Eastern Michigan money line. They're playing Central Michigan today. Central Michigan has nothing to play for. Tulane +1. They're so much better than people know or think. Toledo -7.5. They're the MAC champions. They want to go into the MAC title game on a roll. -7.5. I'm probably going to buy it down to 7, to be honest with you. Then Saturday, all FCS. I love it. Grambling Southern over 51.5. Fordham on the pick'em line. Eastern Kentucky -3. And let's go St. Francis -9. Then today, 2 p.m. Eastern start. The game everybody's talking about. England and the United States. Buckets once again throwing his alliances, throwing his Americanism. Any word I can make up, that's what he's doing. But that's what we do here at the Early Edge. We don't let the outside noise influence us. We'll take England on the money line. You match that with over 1.5. It brings it down to -125. Love that number so much more than a lot higher. Then 2 plays from yesterday, and Brant Sutton, we already talked about the under 2.5. Ecuador, Netherlands. Don't watch this game. Just make the bet, move on to football. Starts at noon Eastern. Then England on the money line, -175. You see the difference in price from what Buckets did and to what the site play is. But if it's 1-0, you'd win on the site. You would lose with Buckets. That's the difference for those of you brand new to soccer betting. Then AB, he's got a full load. 5-2 yesterday. I feel something good this weekend, too. Florida State, second half team total over 16.5. This team gets stronger as the game goes along. Then we believe, AB believes, Tulane and Cincinnati will be somewhat of a shootout, over 44.5. At least a shootout for them. Then Titans team total over 20.5. Tennessee -13.5 back in college football. Then Broncos team total over 18.5. Then Commanders team touchdowns over 2.5 +105. Don't forget, later today, our props extravaganza. AB will be hosting with the entire crew. You don't want to miss that. Technically, even though he won't claim it, after he hit a +525 parlay last week, PropStar still profitable every week this season. It's bananas. Can he keep it going? You got to tune in to find out. All right, Buckets. I would turn off your mentions. I would turn off your notifications. I would turn it all off till about 4 Eastern this afternoon. But in the meantime, damn it, we love doing this. It's not even like work on the holidays. We love it so much, but we love it because of all of you. You've made this what it is. And this is my favorite thing to do. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Buckets. Our 5-tool player, AB. Oh, and the czar, Emery Hunt. I am the coach. Turn on your notifications every single time we start any content. It doesn't matter. You will know. Hashtag, it pays to watch the Early Edge. Good luck.